SRA is an acronym that stands for Stimulus Recovery Adaptation. It is the process by which muscle grows, called hypertrophy, strength is developed, and all athletic performance is perfected. The process is very simple. First, the training stimulus is introduced to the body. This stimulus forces the body to do what is called functional overreaching, which means that it is going beyond its normal capabilities in order to perform the function you are forcing it to. All right? This stimulus causes muscle disruption and tissue damage. And this actually causes you to enter a temporarily weakened state because your muscles are damaged. And then what is needed to heal the tissue damage and cause muscle growth is recovery time. The recovery time allows repair to take place in the muscle to grow in the process called hypertrophy that you'll be learning about later. Without recovery time, growth cannot occur, and instead, injury will be what occurs, which is why it is important not to do something that is functionally overreaching repeatedly without enough recovery time in between. After the recovery time, adaptation takes place. The stimulus and the recovery are what cause the adaptation, and the adaptation is muscle growth and increase in strength and other athletic performance capabilities. So allow me to further illustrate this for you with this graph. This is what is called an SRA curve. All right, you see this curve right there? That's the SRA curve. Okay, this process is also known by the name of supercompensation. You've heard the term overcompensation before. Supercompensation is kind of similar. In short, this means that your body's compensating for not having enough resources to do what you want it to do by developing them through this process of stimulus recovery adaptation. So allow me to illustrate for you how this works. On the y-axis here, we have muscle size or gains. On the x-axis here, we have time. And this line here represents your baseline threshold. You start here with a workout, and then what happens is this stimulus causes muscle damage and weakening of the muscle tissue. So you actually go below your baseline threshold of performance when you work out. I mean, think about it. At the beginning of the workout, you're ready to do the workout. That's your baseline threshold of performance. After you've completed the workout, could you then repeat that same workout? No, because your baseline threshold of performance is down here. Okay? After the workout, you have depleted your energies, and what's more, you've caused damage to your muscle tissue. So the stimulus brings you below your baseline threshold of performance. The recovery then takes place and brings you up to your baseline again. But your body then continues making adaptations based upon the stimulus. Okay? Once it's recovered and healed itself of what damage you caused, it doesn't stop there. It supercompensates and says, I should keep adapting in case I need to do that again in the future. So it makes these adaptations and develops a new baseline threshold here, which you can then do one of two things with. You can do nothing. You can not work out again, not cause new stimulus. And what happens then is you won't stay at this baseline threshold. You will lose your gains, okay? And you'll go down back where you started. Or, if you don't want to lose your gains, you can repeat the process by working out. All right? And then, again, you're going to have a stimulus that brings you below your threshold. And then you're going to have a recovery that brings you back up. And then you're going to have adaptation that brings you up further to a new threshold here. And then again, you can either lose your gains by not working out, or you can repeat this process and go up again. So it is this process of stimulus recovery adaptation that causes your gains in muscle size, as it will continue going like this, up and up and up and up, until you reach your ideal body composition, which happens not just by working out consistently, but by increasing your stimulus each time over long-term progressive overload. All right? Otherwise, you're either going to stay here or here or here at one of these lower baseline thresholds. And again, there's going to be diminishing returns eventually, like we talked about in the last class. So keep in mind that you must increase this stimulus in order to grow. This is how hypertrophy occurs. But when I say increasing the stimulus, I don't necessarily mean increasing the weight. Stimulus doesn't have to mean weight. Stimulus could just be a different type of stimulus than what your body is used to.